Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This reading is for the full moon taking place on March 7th, 2023, falling in the sign of Virgo. You don't have to have Virgo anywhere in your chart to be able to watch this reading. I do full moon and new moon readings every month for the collective, for everyone, just to see what the energy is around these times. So it's basically an energetic checkup of sorts, right? So the full moon is a time where we make change, we promote change, we rearrange, readjust things in our life, maybe get rid of things that aren't working. Maybe we also do magical workings around this time, but it's all in kind of preparation of either clearing the way, clearing space, get rid of what's not working in order to prepare to receive new things and those things that we have set our intention toward at the new moon. So when full moon time comes around, it's always curious to me to see what we might be changing, switching up, letting go and releasing, versus at the new moon time, what we might be welcoming in and or receiving. So what I do to get the energy reading started is I start off usually with an oracle card system. In this case, I have the fortune reading cards, and I also have the sacred traveler that I will be using. So we're going to go ahead and see what the theme and main energy is for this full moon in Virgo. Whoa, full moon in Virgo taking place March 7th, 2023. So we have marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. I kind of do feel like I need another one, because I could talk about literal marriage, romances, unions, partnerships, in whatever form they may come. But it could also talk about alignment and you being in alignment to attract the things that will bring you emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. So let's see. Let's see if we can grab one more. The theme, main energy of this full moon in Virgo for everyone. Okay. All right, so we have the owl. There are special messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. Fascinating. So there's a shift, there's a change taking place, right? And there's some kind of knowledge, wisdom, insight, understanding, maybe clarity and or download, right, that you will get around this time. But it's all leading up to something else arriving in, right? It's all leading up to something you are attracting or that you are aligning with, okay? Because we have the energy of union, partnership with the marriage. So whatever spirit is, it feels like imparting to you, it's going to help you make the leap, make the transition from one stage of your journey to another. It's going to help you cross the threshold, right, into this new energy, which is attracting and aligning you with those beautiful things. So let's see if we can get a sacred traveler card as well. So you're going through a shift and a change. This full moon is going to carry you from the old energy into the new energy where you're attracting this alignment and all the things that come with it. Let's see. Main energy theme. Okay. Look at that. So you have protection, divine protection. You are cherished by the angels. So for some of you, this full moon is really kind of setting the stage for a shift or some major changes that either you're contemplating making in your life or that are happening on your behalf, okay? And it's just setting the tone for things to come. So it's feeling like ride the wave in a way because you're protected. You have divine guardianship and protection surrounding you, whether that be by your ancestors, your angels, your guides, your star family. It feels like this whole journey and transition to this new state of being is fully protected. It's guarded, okay? You have guardians around you at this time. You have an whole army at your back, in other words. That's what the feeling it's giving me. you have an army at your back to help protect you as you go through a major change or shift in your journey at this time. So please know that spirit is definitely with you, okay? And you will, with the owl energy, be learning something new during this full moon time. You might be receiving downloads and messages from spirit in ways that are going to speak to your heart space and or your intuition. So allow those messages to come through, or be receptive to them at least, because what it's doing is kind of helping to prepare you. It's going to deliver something that you need to know. And it does feel like spirit is kind of working everything out, orchestrating it, so you make the transition and move forward with the changes smoothly. There's some insight and clarity that you're gaining as well, because we do have the sword in the card, and whenever I see that, I think of the sword of truth, right? Which delivers, for one, truth, clarity, understanding, knowledge. Okay, I feel like it's kind of tied into the owl energy, because the owl energy is similar in a way that, you know, you learn something you didn't know before. You see something that you didn't see, that you couldn't see before, and you have insight that you didn't have prior as well. But just know that whatever comes through, whatever you learn, whatever you discern, it's all helping to make the transition and the changes that you're considering perhaps that much smoother. You are coming into alignment with that marriage card, into alignment with those things that are going to fulfill you, bring you love, make you happy, help you to feel balanced and at ease. For some of you, yes, it could be romantic, but you can come into alignment also with other things that are going to make you feel that way. There's partnerships and unions being forged here with that card. And please know that the things that you're aligning with, the path there, and those things themselves are highly protected. And so are you. Protected, and the journey there is protected to arrive at it safely, securely. Because you can't miss what's meant for you, right? You can't. It's safe. You're safe. All right, so trust yourself, trust your intuition and any changes that you're considering at this time. Because it also feels like the changes that you are considering are feeling like they're prompted by, I just heard the greater journey. Prompted by the greater journey. Your journey, the greater unfolding of your journey, okay, is what that felt like. So let's see, we have, I also got the vibes of like a catalyst, okay? The changes you're considering making, or the changes that are about to occur for you, are the catalyst for the greater good of your journey, okay? So, and all those things that you're meant to align with, okay? So let's see if we can pull over the tarot. This is the Lightseer's Tarot. I love this. Wow, 10 of Wands, yes. This is definitely that energy of dropping the weight, the dead weight, those things that weigh you down, letting that go, moving on from that, releasing. It is an energy of release, right? You got to eventually lay down the yoke of whatever's not working. And a lot of times the full moon energy is that. We make the changes necessary to clear the path so we can move forward without feeling like this. It's a number 10. It's also an energy of conclusions, right? Things coming to a close. Oftentimes the full moon will do that. It'll help us bring something to a close. It'll help us release those things that cause us that weight, that unnecessary weight in the journey. So I feel like also you're being freed up, right? Freed up in some way with the owl energy to fly. And maybe you don't necessarily know exactly where the journey is taking you, but you're trusting yourself, trusting spirit, trusting intuition to help guide you there, even if you feel like you're flying by faith and not by sight, right? Or you're flying blind in the dark, because owls are nocturnal that way. But you're being guided in the right direction, because your whole journey to this new chapter and through these changes is sufficiently protected. Okay, so let's see what else we have. King of Wands. And you know what's funny, just like right as I pulled this card over, I noticed there was 3 wands in this card, kind of like hidden, right? A hidden 3 of wands. So let me touch on that, because it's like as I pulled it over, my eyes were drawn there for like a split second. Think of what the 3 of wands energy is, right? It is about planning something, planning for the future, or setting your sights on something ahead of you. But it's like you can't make that journey to the future if you're still holding on to the past, right? So the feeling is here, you're releasing something with this full moon to make space for what lies ahead, to make space for the future, for the bright future ahead of you, to make space for the possibilities of what can come your way. That 3 of wands is all about exploration. It's all about waiting for your ships to come in, because you've done some initial work to prepare to receive that return on your investment. And it's also a card of being ready in that way. So you're preparing yourself for something up ahead on the journey. And the feeling is here, you have every right to be expectant of these things that you're attracting right now with the marriage card. Okay? Absolutely. Because you're in the process of letting this go right now as we speak, making the transition from what feels like the old to the new. And as you let this go, you actually, with the King of Wands energy, step into your power. Right? You're stepping into your power. Let's see what this tarot card is. Whoa, 5 of Pentacles. I'm going to grab one more. I feel like that's part of what you're letting go, because these energies are sandwiching that King of Wands standing firm and strong in the middle. So don't fear what you're letting go, because you have new doors right here opening up to you. You see, the key is right there. You're on the brink of opening this door to this new energy. But you have to be willing to release the baggage, the weight of the past that maybe could prevent you from opening it. That feels like guidance, if anything. So it's this energy of like shifting your focus away from lack and what's weighing you down, and stepping into your power. Remembering that you have power with the King of Wands. Remembering your passion, your purpose, and why you're here. Maybe that's part of the spiritual message with the owl that's trying to come through. It's a reminder of who you are and the power that you hold within, helping you access that power, maybe download that power, receive that power, and embody it fully, so you don't have anything else with that 5 of Pentacles keeping you in that feeling of energy drain, or feeling of lack, or loss, or challenge. Keep in mind, number 5 is a number of change. And the owl energy says there are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. Now, the transition itself might not feel the greatest with the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. With the 5 of Pentacles, you could be tired as all heck, and you could be overwhelmed with the 10 of Wands. So that could be symptoms that you're feeling during the full moon as well, to be aware of. But I also feel like you're shedding that. You're learning how to work through that in order to embody the power within and prepare yourself, because you're preparing yourself to receive these things here. But you can't, it feels like you can't receive it if you're still holding on to those things that are weighing your energy down. It could be a lot of things. It could be, with the 10 of Wands, just having too much on your plate. With the 5 of Pentacles, maybe a job that drains you of energy. Five of Pentacles can also talk about a place that you're leaving, or considering leaving because it's just that the vibe isn't right anymore there. Could be also a relationship for some of you that just weighs you down too much. But the feeling is whatever with that 10 of Wands or that 5 of Pentacles that you're learning to let go and you're releasing with the energy of this full moon, it's all to help you stand in your power. To me, the King of Wands there in the middle of those two cards trumps them. It trumps those cards. Because look how confident, and that's an energy of confidence. Look at the confident posture. It's like, I am lion, hear me roar. I'm standing in my strength, right? And nothing's going to stop me or get in my way is the feeling that he's giving me. No losses that I've experienced, no troubles, no worries. Like those things are not going to weigh me down because there are other things ahead of me to look forward to. Again, I was picking up the 3 of Wands vibe from this card. There's other things that await me in my future, and that's where my focus is going to be. And I'm opening this new door for myself. I have the key, right? I have the key. The key is within me. And I'm going to access it. That's the feeling. I'm going to access it. Because I'm claiming my power. I'm stepping into it and I'm accessing it. So if there's any challenges, loss, difficulties, that you've been facing, you're protected into this new chapter of your journey. The key is going to be presented to you. Like I said, it could come in the form of a download or some knowledge with the owl energy, a spiritual message perhaps that you need in order to give you that boost of confidence to encourage you forward and to make the choices that are going to align with you and those things that you wish to attract in your life. I do want one more though. I'm just out of curiosity. I think I already got the message down, but out of curiosity, if there's anything else Spirit wants to, deliver or let us know for this full moon, what to be aware of. Yeah, yes, look at that. The Hierophant. You're leveling up. You're about to level up, and you cannot. Oh boy, I just got reminded of something. It's so personal, but I might have to share it. Okay, well, if it helps, right? So I had a dream the other night, and it's pretty interesting. It was people in my life who are no longer in the physical realm, okay? But sometimes, spirits come to you in your dreams. They visit you that way. Boy. And one of them that I remember the clearest was my mom. Okay, she's been gone for some time. She passed when I was 19. But in the dream, I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember this one part. I was passing through corridors, okay, in a building, a house, or whatever the hell. And I turned the corner, and someone says to me, like someone behind me, like I'm walking through these corridors, and I see the people in my life, that are no longer with me in the physical. And as I'm walking through the corridors and I'm about to turn a corner, there's a voice behind me that says, where you're going, they can't come with you. And I went to go turn around and say something to whoever said that to me. And my heart hurt, right? My heart was hurting. Like, I just felt this, like, sorrow in my chest when they said that. And I turned around and I was about to say something back. And as I was about to open my mouth and say something, like I murmured in my sleep, and it was that woke me up. And my eyes shot open, and that was the end of that dream. Like, I woke myself up. It was the weirdest thing. But it reminds me of these two cards. The point is, where you're going, they can't come with you. Those things can't come with you. Where you're going next, those things can't come with you. Whether they be with the Five of Pentacles, old woundings, old traumas, those things that would used to weigh you down in your path, right? They can't come with you. They just can't, because you're leveling up with the Hierophant energy. You're stepping into your spiritual prowess, and you're leveling up. You've gained enlightenment and such a level of awareness that you just can't take that pain, that wounding, those traumas, and none of that stuff with you when you open the door. So again, you got to be ready to leave it behind, right? Because what you're gaining on the other side of the door is so much more, like, so much bigger than any wounds or traumas you're leaving behind you. Like, do you see what I mean? The value of the blessings that you're about to step into with that Hierophant energy, the wisdom, the enlightenment, the zest for life, the knowledge, right? Owls talk about knowledge, and then you have the Hierophant, which is a teacher, which is a sage, which is a shaman energy, right? So it's kind of like all those woundings were just lessons. The traumas, they were just lessons. Anything that dragged you down with the Five of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands, those were just lessons to be learned. But whatever you find on the other side of that door is going to be so much greater than anything you're leaving behind. So that Hierophant is about to level up in the journey real big. Okay, I mean, look at the ladder, right? Absolutely. You're climbing a ladder, so you're reaching new heights within yourself, within your journey, and you're accessing aspects of your higher self moving forward. And it's a number 5 as well. There's 2 number 5s here. So you know what? I'm going to give you an angel number. Look up 1055 because we have it here, 1055. And then I'll also roll the dice at the end of the reading to also perhaps provide additional messages. But the feeling is here, you're coming into alignment with yourself, but you're also coming into alignment with other things that are meant for the greater journey, the greater good of your journey, the bigger picture, right? Maybe your spiritual purpose. You gain wisdom through your experiences. We know that. These experiences also helped level you up in the game. But I feel with the Hierophant energy, not only have you learned so much, but you can impart also so much because you've learned. You get me? And you have that now as a foundation. You can only impart wisdom to the extent that you have learned yourself, you see. And I'm the type of person that I wouldn't impart any wisdom if I didn't have any room to talk on the subject or the matter. So, you know, I can only speak from experience or share wisdom through or from my personal experiences. And the Hierophant is saying that you've learned a lot. And that wisdom gained from your experience is going to solidify the foundation of what you're about to step into moving forward. So you're about to open a door here, but you can't take the past with you. What's on the other side of the door is everything that you've risen, right, up out of, leveled up in order to attract. And everything that your vibration is prepared now to receive. You're coming into alignment with those things that are part of your spiritual path, purpose, and greatest potential. So let's see if we can get a few cards here. So I just want to pose a question for you. Are you ready to, fully release whatever's not working in the journey? Because in the release of that, you're stepping into your power with the King of Wands. You're leveling up in your journey through that release, through those changes you may be considering. You're about to regain or reclaim, your throne in some way as well. And step into a newfound level of confidence maybe that you didn't feel before. So there's this feeling of empowerment to make the changes that you need to make, move in the directions that you're being led to, but it's all leading up to those things that are in alignment with your highest path, purpose, and potential. I feel like your spiritual purpose, passion with the King of Wands especially, like you're being prepared to fully step into whatever that purpose is or whatever your passions are. And also those things that are in alignment with you. Those people that are in alignment with you, those places, those scenarios, those jobs, right? That are in alignment with your higher self. Yeah, so let's see. Whoa, okay, abundance. Home. Interesting. You could be moving. You could be leaving a place that you don't like anymore, right? Getting the key to a new home, possibly to leave the old one behind. Maybe travel away from a place you don't like. But also, the home card talks about safety. Feeling safe, right? Home is a place where you can be your best self. Be yourself. You can let loose, relax, and you can be your most self. Yeah. The most authentic version of you is usually in your home, right? Where you feel comfortable and safe. So it's a feeling of protection and security, and it does provide protection, right? Our home. It provides a roof over our head. Protects us from the elements. Like right now, it's sleeting rain outside, and I'm grateful for having the roof over my head right now to protect me from that. Right? So again, it's just confirming the energy of foundation, because your home is your foundation. It is where you feel safe. It is where you feel the most yourself. There's abundance that you're stepping into. You're attracting all of these beautiful energies and things to you now as a result of letting go of whatever these things were, stepping into your power and moving in the direction of alignment towards your higher self. Okay, so yeah, abundance. And abundance comes in many forms, okay? It's tangible, yes, but other times it's spiritual abundance, and the pomegranate is that energy. A pomegranate is usually associated with the high priestess, so I actually appreciate that it's here, because to me it's confirming the spiritual energy of the owl. Okay, so let's see. What? Look at that. Whatever mountains you've climbed over here with the 10 of Wands, right? Like, those mountains will be worth it when all is said and done, because you're going to achieve great things, okay? You're attracting and aligning with these great things. You're on the path to achieving. Look at that. I mean, anything that you've been through wasn't in vain. If, like I said, like you hear me say this in my readings, but it's like, would you change a thing if you knew that every hurdle that you've had to jump, every setback was still all leading you to where you're meant to be and who you're meant to be? So you're on the path to leveling up. Yeah. I mean, isn't the energy right in the card similar? Because at the top of this, there's the light. And then at the top of the mountain, there's this ray of crystals. So it kind of feels like enlightenment, right? Leveling up, enlightenment, gaining clarity, achieving things now, removing yourself out of that energy of weight, lack, loss, struggle, the struggle bus, right? We're getting off the struggle bus and we're stepping into new energy, but we're releasing it fully with this full moon in order to, right, lighten our load for what's to come. Yeah. The Hierophant, the way his energy is in this card, it always, you know, just spiritually light, carefree, happy, thriving, abundant, safe, secure. You've done the work from the inside out and your spiritual foundation has been secured to receive these blessings of abundance, to receive and attract the emotional fulfillment, the love, maybe your highest path and purpose, for you to align and achieve with your passions and all those things you wish to pursue, those things with the King of Wands that you're motivated to achieve, right? It's you leveling up now so you can access those things. Again, you're being given the key with this full moon to open the door, cross the threshold, to attract in and receive your blessings. I have the Starry Beginnings Oracle as a final here for this full moon message. Let's see. Yeah, some of you literally could be moving to a new home, relocating. Especially, look, I'll just throw it out there because sometimes we're prompted to relocate because there's some kind of spiritual energy we need in a new place. If you've exhausted the energy where you're at, it could be, that's probably why you're getting spiritually prompted and motivated with the King of Wands to move somewhere else, you see? There's an energy of traveling in this card because she's packed up all her bags in that Ten of Wands. And we have the energy of home. So for a specific few of you, you're perhaps making the shift or the transition or choosing to leave stagnant energy somewhere where you live right now. And you're being prompted to go somewhere else because there's energy that you need in that other place. I always say that there's power places. We all have power places that we feel attracted to. Some of those have to do with past lives, but some of those also have to do with energy, because there's energy vortexes everywhere around the world. There's energy there that we need to receive to level us up on the journey. And we have to go there to get it. Some of us thrive in certain places, and then in other places we're struggling, you know? There's probably a reason for that. It's because we need to be somewhere else. For some of you, this full moon, you're choosing to go where you're being inspired to go with that King of Wands. And the feeling is you're being inspired to go there because your abundance lies there. Your blessings align there. Your spiritual purpose, path, and fullest potential, I guess lives there or resides there. Maybe a future soulmate or partner is there as well. So just keep that in mind. Wherever your heart is calling you, right? For some of you, it could be the mountains. I mean, we have the mountain card here, right? The mountains are calling and I must go. What do you think about that? And just know that the journey there is fully protected in that way. Let's see. Final oracle card for this full moon in Virgo, March 7, 2023. Okay, there's two. Interesting. All right. They were kind of stuck together. So like I said, angel number 1055, please look that up. And I will roll the dice after this to get you another number as well. So let's see. Embrace the dark. Shine your true light upon this earth, because you can't have the light without the dark. You have to have the dark so the light can show, right? Isn't that what Bob Ross says? You have to have the dark so the light can show. Yeah. So I think you've worked your way out of the dark with the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. I was already getting that vibe that you did that work, that alchemy. And now you're stepping into your power with the King of Wands. And look what it says. It's safe to let go. You're surrounded by love. Boom. There you go. You're cherished by the angels. You're surrounded by love and protection. It's safe to let it go. And look, it's another number 5. Whoa. 4 plus 1 is 5. And this one is 31. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Stability. Right? So you technically have 5, 5, 5 on the table here. That's wild. Yeah, let it go. It's safe to let it go. You're doing that with the 10 of Wands. You're dropping that yoke, like I said. You're releasing those things that weigh you down. So that way you can move in and forward in the direction of those things that are meant for you, aligned for you, and are waiting for you on the other side of this door that you're about to have the key given to you, right? The key's about to be given to you. The cheat codes maybe are about to get dropped right through these spiritual messages of the owl and the Hierophant, the wisdom. And what's funny is the vibe that you just gave me for the Hierophant, because he's laughing so much. It kind of feels like you're gonna be given this knowledge, this gnosis, this understanding, the key, right? The key unlocks things, also protects things. We have the energy of protection and home. But the feeling is like once you get this gnosis, this understanding, this download maybe that comes through at the full moon, you're just gonna you're gonna laugh your ass off about it. You're gonna just you're gonna be so ecstatic and happy, because it's gonna just shift everything. It's gonna shift your perspective. You see that? And you're gonna feel free, because you're gonna know it's safe. You can do this. You can move forward with this. You can change whatever you need to change. You can decide whatever it is that you need to decide and move forward with that safely, knowing you're secure, that you will achieve what you set out to do, that a little bit of unknown is not going to keep you from it. You see? The feeling is what scares you more is not the unknown, but the fear of staying the same. You see? The fear of staying the same probably scares you more than the path of the unknown. And think about it. We all have to take the path into the unknown in order to sometimes arrive at what we want. And that is scary. But what scares you more is staying the same. What's going to scare you more or put more fear in your heart is basically staying the same, spinning the same freaking wheel, and yeah, not making any progress, right? Because the feeling is here, it's worth the risk. The leaps that it's going to take to help, get you in the direction of those things that you desire is more, even though that's a little scary, it's more enticing than the stagnation of staying the same. Right? I hope that makes sense, because I feel like I'm struggling to articulate that. Yeah. So yeah, if you're considering challenging yourself in a different way, in a new direction, and some of that might be a little scary, and you're wondering if you'll be able to do it or if you'll have enough, Spirit, the feeling is here, Spirit is rooting for you. Embrace the unknown. So you can, right? So you can shine your true light upon this earth. Because facing the unknown is better than staying the same. And it's safe for you to let go of those things that aren't working, so you can embrace and receive all those things that are abundantly yours, already yours, because there's no such thing as separation. Okay, so let's get your numbers. You know how I do. Angel numbers, when I roll the dice, oftentimes they can confirm a lot of what I already said in this reading and or provide you with a personal message you may need right now in this moment. I don't give you a source because it could be one you don't like to, and never want to imply that one source is better over another. And I want you to take the journey for yourself, because sometimes when you do take the journey to research these numbers for yourself, you come across other synchronicity and serendipity that Spirit needs you to find. And I never want to rob you of having that experience. Likewise, I try to remind everybody to refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason. We want to make sure everybody is able to find their own magic. Okay, so the angel numbers we already got were 1055. We also got 555 here. And I'll even throw in 31 and 41. I'm going to put those in the screen because I feel led to. So again, research those numbers, but we're going to also roll the dice. All right, let's see. 11. That is a 6. Okay. And 7. So look up 1167. All right, as well. If you feel that this reading has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Yeah, real quick, 555 is a big number of change, by the way. Okay, and the owl is saying that there's spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. So we know you're undergoing a change in transition. So anyway, I was throwing that out there because I just got reminded of it. So anyway, yes, if you feel that this reading has helped, let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe. Maybe consider joining my channel membership for exclusive readings that I put out for members only. They do not go public, so just keep that in mind. These are just for you, messages just for you. Also, you can support what I do here beyond YouTube by visiting me at my Etsy store. The link to my Etsy store is down below in the description box. Go ahead and pay me a visit. I have handmade crystal jewelry there, crafts, and maybe even little paintings on occasion when I have more time. You'll see all kinds of things that I make there by hand on my free time. And I also have personal readings when my availability permits. Sometimes my availability is super limited, so I don't get to put out as many reading options as I might like to. But I always make sure to have readings up when I have the time for those of you who are interested. So much love to all of you who are watching. Take care of yourselves. Happy full moon, and always keep shining.